Alright, hey guys, we're going to be going over the John Wick 3 gun, the Taran Tactical Innovations STI Combat Master. Right here is a 5.4 inch match grade barrel. It is a 9mm gun. It also comes with 4 20 round magazines with the Taran Tactical magazine bases on it. They specifically made this one just for the John Wick movie. There's only going to be 150 produced of them. As you know, in the movies, at first he used a Taran Tactical Glock, and then he turned around and used an HK. And in this movie, he's going with the STI. And since he is kind of the 3-gun master, this is the ultimate 3-gun pistol. So a few things they have. If you don't know anything about STIs, they're handmade in Georgetown, Texas, which is just north of Austin. From here down is all a polymer. You might think that's a metal like most 1911s, but actually all of this is going to be a polymer. This is going to be their scallop grip there. It's going to be their very wide mag well there. If you notice, there's a front strapping to it, so you can cock the gun from the front or the back, whichever one you choose to do. It's got adjustable sights with a carbon fiber front sight on the front. It's also got pretty extended controls as far as the 1911 goes. So if you have, your slide release right there is kind of jutted out, so you can hit it without turning the gun over in your hand. So if you're shooting it like this, a lot of people have to turn a 1911 over just so they can work the controls. With this one, because they're so extended, if you had to hit the slide release, you can do it from there, or the safety, or the mag release, without ever having to turn the gun over in your hand. Obviously, I can't do it as good as John Wick, but it's not what we're comparing here. So it does have the FDE in bronze. It's a BLC coating, or excuse me, DLC, so it's diamond-like, which is one of the newer brands that's coming out. It's resistant to heat, corrosion, carbon, all that kind of stuff, which is pretty good because these guns can build up a lot of heat, especially over a match, or at least over a day at the range with 420 round magazines. Another thing is the fire control group. So it's Extreme Engineering is the people who do the trigger group in this STI. They don't do it in any other gun, and they also don't do any of these other hammers in any of the other guns. They have like a design in them, but if you notice, this one has nothing in it, skeletonized. But it's very, very light. If you ever get one of these in your hand, or if you have STIs like I do, I have 2 of them, no trigger will kind of break like this one does. I can't even really kind of show you, but if you can see the hammer and the trigger all in one little, there's very little traveling as far as the reset goes. Let's see if I can show you. And that's just out of the box. All of this is tunable too, but the Extreme Engineering Fire Control Group is super nice. I'd like to have one in my own gun. Other than that,
I like the way he did the other day.
Do what?
Slamming it back.
Oh yeah. All right. So another thing is it's got a stainless steel guide rod in it, right there. If you're not familiar with the takedown procedure for something that has a bushingless bull barrel, if you notice other 1911s, there's not a bushing on it. This is a bushingless bull barrel. This one also has a stainless steel guide rod on it, right there. If you notice, it's a little bit different from the front of 1911s that you're used to before, but believe it or not, the takedown's a little bit easier. It doesn't have a full-length dust cover on it. It's kind of scalloped back to the back, whereas a lot of the other guns, the dust cover, this part right here might come to here. It does have 1913 Picatinny rail. They've done some slide lightning here, just a little bit. It's recessed where you see Tactical Innovations, or Taran Tactical Innovations. But other than that, it is seriously the combat master. And if you want to know how slick it is, and you only have one hand, you can take yourself a loaded magazine and load it, because it's that slick. So again, if you just kind of take old girl to here. Anyway, it's as slick as it'll look in the movie, and if you want to buy one, it will come in a pretty penny. These should probably run around $4,000 starting up. But from myself having 2 STIs, this guy over here having 2 STIs, everybody here that works here has one. This is easily some of the nicest stuff that we've done. It's got a little Taran Tactical symbol on the top. But it's a nasty looking gun. It's pretty gross. It says Combat Master on it, because everybody wants to be one. But anyway, as far as what you get, these are $90 magazines, and these little end plates are probably 50, 60 bucks a piece. So the money that you get out of one of these is actually pretty slick, but get it while they're while they last because there's only going to be 150. So cut the check.